Hola estudiantes, hoy quiero hablar contigo sobre la palabra hola y cómo va a saludar a sus amigos. Cuando hablamos en español, hay diferentes culturas y tienen costumbres diferentes cuando se saludan. Primero vamos a aprender estas metas. Say hello and how are you? You're going to learn what my name is. What is your name? Nice to meet you. Same and goodbye. Comencemos. Primero, simplemente cuando se saluda a una persona, va a empezar con hola. Repite, hola, hola, hola. Después puede seguir con ¿qué tal? ¿Qué tal? ¿Qué tal? Cuando una persona dice ¿qué tal? La otra persona puede decir bien, gracias. ¿Y tú? Esto significa que estás bien, te sientes bien. Cuando digo estás bien, you feel well. You are of good health. So when you say bien, you're saying all those things. You're saying, I am well, I have good health. Gracias means thank you. Gracias. Gracias. If I want to ask back at the other person, I'm going to say a question. ¿Y tú? ¿Piensas que tú suena como dos? ¿Y tú? It sounds like the number two. We say it just like that, but we say it with the tú. ¿Y tú? También puede decir muy bien. Escucha la conversación. Voy a usar dos personas. Hola, hola, ¿qué tal? Bien, gracias. ¿Y tú? Muy bien. Es muy fácil, ¿verdad? In some Spanish countries, greetings are more formal than hola. When you greet someone that maybe you don't know or an older person, you might use titles like señor, señora o señorita. ¿Cuál es la diferencia? Pues señor es por cualquier macho, por cualquier hombre. Men have the title of señor, de cualquier edad. Pero señora está reservada por personas mayores. The word señora is used for people who are older, or even if you know that they are married, they would be señora. Señorita es para mujeres jóvenes o mujeres solteras. Entonces, puede usar señorita. También es un complemento a los mayores si les llaman señorita. You can use señorita to be flattering. You can also use it with younger people, or if you know that person is single, you can also use that terminology for a woman. So, repite, por favor. Hola, señor. Hola, señor. Buenos días, señora. Buenos días, señora. Buenos días, señora. Buenas noches, señorita. Buenas noches, señorita. What you did not see is the word for noches. Noches is the word for night. So if you say buenas noches, you are saying good night. If you say buenos dias, It's any time in the morning, which is until noon. After noon, there's another term called tardes, and you say buenas tardes. But tarde doesn't necessarily mean noon, it's afternoon. But afternoon actually means any time past 12 until sunset. That is buenas tardes. Doesn't necessarily have an end time, but it certainly has a beginning fixed time. Here's where there is a cultural difference in Spain than in other countries. In Spain, normally with women, they are given a kiss when they are greeted. It's called un beso. Now, this is not about boyfriends and girlfriends. It is not about cheating on a boyfriend or a girlfriend. It is just a slight touch of one's face to another person's face. Now, as Americans, this is something we don't do. It's not in our culture. That doesn't make it wrong and it doesn't make it anything sexual. It's just a way to say hello that's different from the way we say hello. So you'll see someone, they'll say, Hola, buenos dias, and they'll lean in, waiting for you to lean in to touch your cheek to the other side. It is very common. Now, I'm not going to lie. When I lived in Spain and I had people lean in at first, my reaction was to go way back. I was not ready to start kissing people on the first day I was in Spain, and I didn't understand the custom. And as I watched, I realized this is such a genuine barrier breaker between two people. You lean in, you get some energy from that person, and then you go on with your conversation. Now, between women, it's very common. Women always give besos to other women. Sometimes, when you're with a group of friends, with men and women, and you are introduced to them, you will give kisses to each person you are introduced to. Now, these are not kisses on the lips, and your lips do not touch their cheek. It's just kind of a to either cheek. Now, when men greet each other, they do not necessarily greet each other with kisses. Usually, with men, they give each other handshake, bear hug, just like they do in the United States. Sometimes with family members, though, abuelos, grandparents, tios, primos, with your uncles and your cousins, you will give kisses. Men will give kisses to each other. Depends on the family. There is nothing wrong with it, again. It is nothing sexual. It is just a way of breaking the barrier between two people. Before we get to this activity, I would like for you to know that this custom also happens in other countries. Greetings with a beso varies according to gender and region. Men generally greet each other with a hug or warm handshake, except in Argentina, where male friends normally give each other a light kiss on the cheek. Greetings between men and women can differ on the country and context, but in Spain, it is customary to give the dos besos, one on either cheek. But in other Latin American countries, including Mexico, Costa Rica, Colombia, y Chile, it is just a single kiss on one cheek. And it's more of an air kiss, and you do not touch your face to the other person's face. Peruvians will also air kiss, but with strangers they will not, only with people who are familiar to them. In Bolivia, nobody gives kisses. So I hope you understand that There are many different ways to give greetings in Spanish, and I hope that you will go to a foreign country someday and you will learn customs and not be afraid. Not everything that happens in a foreign country that's different is wrong or bad. It's just different. And when you get un beso, you will want to always give un beso because it really does help to break the barrier between two people. And I really, in the end, enjoyed being able to have that close connection with people, um, and have that kind of barrier drop down so that we could have those conversations. I really wish in the US we spent more time working on conversing instead of conversing digitally and keeping ourselves in our houses so much. Thank you for listening to my cultural connection today. Adios, that means goodbye. Adios y hasta luego. Hasta luego means until next time.